What if I told you there's a simple formula that separates the 3% who achieve extraordinary success from the 97% who remain stuck in mediocrity? What if this formula has nothing to do with talent, education, or connections, and everything to do with something so basic that most people completely overlook it? This formula was discovered by Napoleon Hill after studying over 500 successful people for more than 20 years. He found that every single achievement, from building business empires to creating revolutionary inventions, followed the exact same pattern. What separates the dreamers from the achievers? What makes some people turn their biggest goals into reality, while others remain stuck in endless cycles of hoping and wishing? The answer isn't talent. It isn't luck. It isn't even having the best ideas. The answer is organized planning. Napoleon Hill spent over 20 years studying the most successful people of his era and discovered something profound. Every single major achievement followed the same pattern. It started with desire, developed into faith, but it only became reality through organized planning. Hill called organized planning the crystallization of desire into action. It's the bridge between wanting something and having it. It's the difference between dreaming about success and actually achieving it. But here's what most people don't understand. Organized planning isn't just making lists or setting goals. It's a specific system that transforms any dream, no matter how big, into a step-by-step process that leads inevitably to success. In this episode, we're diving deep into Napoleon Hill's principle of organized planning. You'll discover the exact method that built every major fortune of the 20th century, why most plans fail before they even start, and how to create a planning system so powerful it makes success predictable. By the end of this episode, you'll never again wonder how to turn your dreams into reality. You'll have a systematic approach that removes guesswork and replaces hope with certainty. Your transformation from dreamer to achiever starts right now. Here's a harsh reality that might sting. Most people are professional dreamers and amateur planners. They spend hours fantasizing about success, but minutes actually planning how to achieve it. They create elaborate visions of their future, but never create the roadmap to get there. And then they wonder why their dreams remain dreams. Napoleon Hill discovered that this is the primary difference between those who succeed and those who don't. Everyone has desires. Many people develop faith, but very few translate their desires into organized, systematic plans that lead to definite results. Hill found that successful people don't just plan, they plan differently. They understand that planning isn't just about setting goals. It's about creating a system that makes achievement inevitable. Think about this. Every building starts with blueprints. Every machine is designed before it's built. Every journey requires a map. Yet most people expect to achieve extraordinary results without ever creating a detailed plan for how to get there. This is why so many people remain stuck. It's not because they lack desire or ability. It's because they never learned how to bridge the gap between wanting something and actually obtaining it. Organized planning does more than just provide direction. It transforms your psychology. When you have a clear, detailed plan, your confidence increases because you can see exactly how to achieve your goal. Your motivation stays strong because you always know your next step. Your persistence grows because you're following a system, not just hoping for lucky breaks. Hill discovered that organized planning creates what he called definiteness of action. Instead of scattered efforts that lead nowhere, you focus all your energy on specific activities that move you directly toward your objective. This is why planning beats talent every single time. A person with average ability and a brilliant plan will outperform a genius with no plan, because success isn't about having the best ideas, it's about executing good ideas consistently and systematically. But not all planning is created equal. Most people create plans that are doomed to fail from the start. They make critical errors that guarantee frustration and abandon goals. Napoleon Hill identified the specific elements that make planning effective versus ineffective. Understanding these differences is crucial, because the wrong approach to planning can actually make you less likely to succeed than if you'd never planned at all. So what makes organized planning work? What separates effective plans from wishful thinking disguised as strategy? Hill discovered that all successful plans share 6 essential characteristics. These aren't suggestions or optional extras, they're requirements. Every plan that leads to significant achievement contains all 6 elements. Every failed plan is missing at least one. The first essential characteristic is definiteness of purpose. Your plan must be built around a crystal clear objective. You cannot organize effective action around a vague goal. Hill found that the more specific your objective, the more focused and powerful you. Most people fail at planning because they never get specific enough about what they actually want. They say things like, I want to be successful, or I want to make more money, or I want to be healthy. But success, money, and health are not specific objectives, they're categories. A definite purpose sounds like this. I will earn exactly £100,000 in the next 12 months by building a consulting business that helps small businesses improve their online marketing. Or, I will lose exactly £30 in the next 6 months by following a specific exercise routine and nutrition plan. Notice the precision, exactly how much, exactly when, exactly how. This level of definiteness is what makes effective planning possible. The second essential characteristic is a specific timeline with deadlines. Hill discovered that plans without deadlines are just wishes. Time pressure creates urgency, and urgency drives action. Without deadlines, there's always tomorrow to start working on your goals. But effective deadlines aren't just about the final achievement date. They include milestone deadlines along the way. If your goal is 12 months away, you need deadlines for what you'll accomplish in 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. If your goal is 6 months away, you need monthly and weekly deadlines. These interim deadlines serve two crucial purposes. First, they keep you on track by creating regular checkpoints. Second, they allow you to make adjustments before small problems become major obstacles. The third essential characteristic is identification of required resources. Every goal requires specific resources to achieve: time, money, skills, knowledge, equipment, people, or connections. Hill found that successful planners identify these resource requirements before they start, not after they encounter problems. This resource analysis answers critical questions. What skills do I need to develop? How much money will this require? What tools or equipment are necessary? Who do I need to connect with? What knowledge must I acquire? When you identify resource requirements in advance, you can plan how to obtain them. When you ignore this step, you inevitably hit roadblocks that could have been avoided. The fourth essential characteristic is detailed action steps. Your plan must break down your goal into specific, actionable tasks. Hill discovered that successful people think in terms of concrete actions, not abstract concepts. Instead of improved marketing, effective plans specify: write and publish 1 blog post every Tuesday and Friday, send 50 personalized outreach emails every Monday, and attend 1 networking event every month. The more specific your action steps, the easier it becomes to execute your plan. Vague actions lead to procrastination. Specific actions lead to immediate execution. The fifth essential characteristic is regular review and adjustment. Hill found that the most successful planners don't just create plans, they actively manage them. They schedule regular times to review progress, identify problems, and make necessary adjustments. This is where most people fail. They create a plan once and then hope it works. But conditions change, obstacles appear, new opportunities arise. A static plan becomes obsolete quickly. A dynamic plan that evolves with circumstances remains relevant and effective. The sixth essential characteristic is accountability systems. Hill discovered that plans executed in isolation have much lower success rates than plans with built-in accountability. This might be a mentor who reviews your progress, a mastermind group that holds you accountable, or even a simple system for tracking your daily actions. Accountability creates what Hill called social pressure for completion. When others are expecting you to follow through, you're much more likely to do so. When you're only accountable to yourself, it becomes easy to make excuses and abandon the plan when things get difficult. These 6 characteristics work together to create what Hill called organized planning consciousness, a mental state where systematic achievement becomes natural. But even understanding these characteristics isn't enough. You need a practical system for applying them. You need a method that takes any goal and transforms it into an organized plan that leads to results. Hill developed a specific process for this transformation. He called it the planning formula, and it's been used successfully by countless achievers across every field of human endeavor. The planning formula consists of 7 sequential steps that turn any desire into organized action. These steps must be followed in order because each one builds on the previous step. Skip a step or do them out of sequence, and the entire process breaks down. Step 1 is crystallizing your definite purpose. This goes beyond just stating what you want. You must define exactly what you want, exactly when you want it, and exactly why you want it. The why is crucial because it provides the emotional power that drives persistence when obstacles appear. Write your definite purpose as a single, clear sentence that includes the what, the when, and the why. For example, I will earn exactly $150 annually by December 31st of next year through my digital marketing consultancy, because I want to provide financial security for my family and have the freedom to work from anywhere. Step 2 is determining what you will give in exchange for what you want. Hill discovered that successful planners understand that achievement requires sacrifice. You must identify specifically what you're willing to invest: time, money, effort, comfort, or other opportunities. This step separates serious planners from wishful thinkers. When you're truly willing to pay the price for success, your planning becomes focused and realistic. When you're not, your plans become fantasy. Step 3 is establishing your major deadline and milestone deadlines. Set the final date by which you will achieve your definite purpose. Then work backwards to create interim deadlines. If your goal is 12 months away, create quarterly milestones. If it's 6 months away, create monthly milestones. Each milestone should represent significant progress toward your final goal. These deadlines create urgency and provide regular checkpoints for measuring progress. Step 4 is conducting a complete resource analysis. List everything you'll need to achieve your goal: skills, knowledge, tools, money, connections, time, and support. Then identify which resources you currently have and which you need to acquire. This analysis reveals the gap between where you are and where you need to be. It also shows you exactly what work needs to be done to close that gap. Step 5 is creating your action plan. Break your goal down into specific, measurable actions you can take immediately. Organize these actions by priority and timeline. Identify which actions must be completed before others can begin. The key is making every action specific enough that you could hand your plan to someone else and they would know exactly what to do. Vague actions create confusion. Specific actions create clarity. Step 6 is building your support system. Identify who can help you achieve your goal. This might include mentors who can provide guidance, collaborators who can share the work, or accountability partners who can keep you on track. Hill discovered that no significant achievement happens in isolation. The most successful planners deliberately build networks of support around their goals. Step 7 is establishing your review and adjustment schedule. Decide how often you'll review your progress and adjust your plan. Hill recommended weekly reviews for short-term goals and monthly reviews for longer-term objectives. During these reviews, you ask 3 questions: what's working well? What's not working? What needs to change? Based on your answers, you make adjustments to your plan. This 7-step process transforms any goal from a wish into a systematic plan for achievement. But Hill also discovered that certain common errors can destroy even well-constructed plans. The first planning killer is perfectionism. Many people spend so much time trying to create the perfect plan that they never start executing. Hill found that an imperfect plan that's executed immediately beats a perfect plan that's never implemented. Your first plan doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be good enough to get started. You can improve it as you gain experience and learn what works. The second planning killer is complexity. Some people create plans so elaborate and complicated that they become impossible to follow. Hill discovered that the best plans are simple enough to remember and implement without constant reference to written materials. Complexity creates overwhelm. Simplicity creates action. A simple plan that gets executed consistently will always outperform a complex plan that gets abandoned. The third planning killer is inflexibility. Some planners become so attached to their original plan that they refuse to adapt when circumstances change. Hill found that rigid plans often lead to failure because they can't respond to unexpected obstacles or opportunities. Your plan should be firm in purpose but flexible in method. Stay committed to your goal but remain open to changing your approach based on what you learn. The fourth planning killer is lack of daily connection. Many people create plans and then forget about them until their weekly or monthly review. Hill discovered that successful planners connect with their plans daily through some form of review, reflection, or action. This daily connection keeps your plan alive in your consciousness. It ensures that your daily decisions align with your long-term objectives. It maintains the emotional intensity necessary for persistent action. The fifth planning killer is planning without action. Some people become addicted to the planning process itself. They spend endless hours refining their plans but never actually implement them. Hill found that planning is only valuable when it leads to organized action. The purpose of planning is not to create perfect plans. The purpose of planning is to create successful results. A plan that doesn't drive action is worthless regardless of how well crafted it might be. But when you avoid these killers and apply Hill's planning formula correctly, something remarkable happens. Your dreams begin transforming into reality through systematic, organized effort. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen consistently and predictably when you follow the formula. Hill discovered that organized planning creates what he called compound progress. Each action builds on previous actions. Each milestone creates momentum for the next milestone. Each success builds confidence and skills for bigger successes. Blue milestone, previous actions. This is why people who master organized planning seem to achieve goals faster and faster over time. It's not that they become luckier or more talented, it's that they become more systematic and efficient in their approach to achievement. But Hill also emphasized that organized planning must be balanced with organized thinking. Your plan is only as good as the thinking that creates it. This means you must continually develop your knowledge, skills, and understanding in areas related to your goals. Successful planners are also committed learners. They study their field. They learn from others who have achieved similar goals. They stay current with new developments and opportunities. They treat knowledge acquisition as an essential part of their planning process. This learning component is what keeps plans relevant and effective over time. Without continuous learning, even well-organized plans become outdated and ineffective. Hill also discovered that the most successful planners think beyond individual goals. They develop what he called mastermind planning, systematic approaches to achievement that involve other people's knowledge, experience, and resources. Instead of trying to figure everything out alone, mastermind planners identify people who can contribute to their success and create formal or informal relationships that benefit everyone involved. This might mean forming a mastermind group of peers working towards similar goals. It might mean finding mentors who can provide guidance and advice. It might mean building strategic partnerships that accelerate progress. The key principle is that organized planning becomes even more powerful when it incorporates organized cooperation with others. But perhaps the most important element Hill discovered about organized planning is its psychological impact. When you have a clear, detailed plan for achieving your goals, your entire mental state changes. Anxiety about the future decreases because you have a roadmap. Confidence increases because you can see exactly how to achieve your objectives. Motivation stays strong because you always know your next action. Persistence grows because you're following a system, not just hoping for lucky breaks. This psychological transformation is often more valuable than the plan itself. When your mind is organized around clear objectives and specific action steps, you naturally become more focused, efficient, and effective in everything you do. So how do you apply all of this to your own goals? How do you implement Napoleon Hill's organized planning principles in your daily life? Start by selecting one significant goal that truly matters to you. Don't try to create organized plans for multiple major goals simultaneously. Master the process with one important objective first. Apply Hill's 7-step planning formula to this goal. Take time to work through each step thoroughly. Don't rush the process. The quality of your planning directly determines the quality of your results. A single document that summarizes your definite purpose, your deadline, your major milestones, your key action steps, and your resource requirements. This becomes your daily reference and decision-making guide. Establish a daily planning ritual. Spend 10-15 minutes each morning reviewing your plan, identifying your priorities for the day, and connecting your daily actions to your long-term objectives. Schedule weekly planning sessions where you review your progress, identify obstacles, adjust your approach, and plan the upcoming week's activities. These sessions keep your plan current and your momentum strong. Build accountability into your planning process. Share your goals and deadlines with someone who will check on your progress. Join or create a mastermind group. Find a mentor or coach. Create external pressure for completion. Track your progress visually. Create charts, graphs, or other visual representations of your advancement toward your goals. Visual progress tracking creates psychological momentum and helps you spot trends in your performance. Celebrate milestone achievements. When you reach significant checkpoints in your plan, acknowledge and reward your progress. This reinforces the positive associations with systematic achievement and maintains your motivation for the next phase. Learn continuously. Identify knowledge and skills you need to develop to achieve your goals. Create learning plans that complement your action plans. Stay current with developments in your field. Seek advice from people who have achieved similar objectives. Most importantly, remain committed to the process even when progress seems slow. Hill discovered that organized planning creates compound results over time. Early progress may seem minimal, but consistent execution of a well-designed plan eventually creates breakthrough results. Remember that organized planning is not just about goal achievement. It's about developing a systematic approach to life that makes success predictable rather than accidental. When you master organized planning, you join the small percentage of people who have learnt to bridge the gap between desire and achievement. You become someone who doesn't just dream about success, you systematically create it. Napoleon Hill proved that every great achievement follows the same pattern: definite purpose, burning desire, unwavering faith, and organized planning. But it's organized planning that transforms the other elements from internal states into external results. Your dreams don't have to remain dreams. Your goals don't have to stay goals. With organized planning, any objective becomes achievable through systematic, persistent action. The question isn't whether you can achieve extraordinary results. Hill proved that ordinary people with organized plans consistently outperform extraordinary people without them. The question is whether you'll invest the time and effort needed to create and execute systematic plans for your most important goals. Every day you spend without an organized plan is a day spent hoping rather than achieving. Every day you spend with an organized plan is a day spent systematically building the life you want. The choice is yours. But remember, organized planning doesn't guarantee success overnight. It guarantees that success becomes inevitable over time. Your transformation from dreamer to systematic achiever starts the moment you decide to apply Napoleon Hill's organized planning principles to your most important goals. That moment can be right now. Your organized plan awaits your creation. Your dreams await your systematic action. Your success awaits your organized effort. The time for hoping has passed. The time for systematic achievement has arrived. Your organized planning journey begins today. The choice is yours. Stay comfortable in the dreamer's chair or step into the achiever's arena. Every moment you delay is another day. Your dreams remain just that, dreams. But if this resonated with you, if you felt that spark of recognition, then you're already closer to becoming an achiever than you think. Hit that